with the Tech N9ne.
Yes, you are.
How are you?
Just waking up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Okay. So now, of course, you were in Tucson yesterday. Now
Yes.
you're here
Tempe.
today in Tempe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've been to Arizona quite a bit, so how does it feel coming back to Arizona right now?
It's always a homecoming, man. It's a party, man. I can't wait to get off the bus to see what party I'm going to run into after this. You know what I mean? It's like always a wonderful, wonderful show.
Mm-hmm.
It's always wonderful people. For some reason, they said we weren't allowed back here at the Marquee, and I was heartbroken. They said the police said about some fights that happened afterwards. So I'm like, I heard nothing about it.
Yeah.
So they put us at Meza Theater or something, and then it switched back. So I guess the police changed their mind. I'm like, I'm glad because the Marquee is our home.
Yeah.
Of course, we've done the Celebrity, and this was so beautiful there as well. But this has been our home since we started here. So
Yeah.
when they told me I couldn't come back to my home, I was still down about it. But I'm glad we're back now. For whatever reason it was, I heard that it was bogus, the reasoning for us not coming back here. I heard it had to deal with something else.
Okay. Well, but you're here.
Totally.
So I have to ask you, now, when it comes to this tour life, and you've been doing this for a really long time now, is there ever a moment where you just have to sit back and say to yourself, you know what, I just need time to breathe, or I just need a moment, or is it because you love the music so much you don't ever reach that point?
I always need a moment, but I just take it at the end of the year. You know, when I take my kids on a cruise or go to the Caribbean, man. You know what I'm saying? St. Martin and St. Thomas. You know, we just really go on Royal Caribbean cruises and Disney cruises, and we get away for like 7 days, and we come back and start working again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, something else. Name of the album. Now it's the name of the tour.
Mm-hmm.
So, how did that come about, or did you just run it all together?
Well, whenever we tour, it's in support of the CDs.
Okay.
Whenever the artist, you know what I mean, or on tour with me, usually Seth's Crew has a CD that just came out. Usually Chris Calico just had a CD that came out.
Yeah.
Usually Prozac just had an album that came out. Stevie Stone, Mayday, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So this was indeed in support of this album. You know what I mean? Right when the album came out, we hit the road to promote the album. That's how we sell the album.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how do you, because I was told, now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you remember people by their teeth. Is that true, or is that wrong?
Yeah. If you smile at me like you just did, I'll know who you are. Like if I just saw you at McDonald's or something, I'd say, don't I know you?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, I was just making sure if that was true or not, because I didn't know how that happens sometimes. Like, a lot of times artists see people and they're like, oh, I remember I saw you at such and such, but you remember by their teeth.
Totally. And that's what vampires do.
Oh, that's what vampires do.
Remember you by your teeth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, I also have to ask you, now, when it comes to the fact that you have an independent label, like you do the independent label thing, was there ever a point, and I know when it comes to moves and things like that, you thoroughly think things out. So was there ever a time when you thought, maybe I want to do it signed to someone, or I want to do it this way?
I already did it that way.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like...
No, I mean, the only thing, we just need more help. You know what I mean? Because we're growing.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been having a 1-year signing freeze because we got so many artists that we have to service. You know, 11 albums this year. Hard to do.
Yeah.
8 of them charted on Billboard. You know what I mean? So it's like, we're so busy that we need more people. We're buying buildings constantly because we're running out of space. We're growing. You know, too big for ourselves. You know what I mean? So we keep having to hire people. But that's all. Just more help. That's it. You know what I mean? I don't want to get lost in the shuffle at a major label. You know what I'm saying? This will be the major label.
Well, definitely. And of course, I've seen you live in concert before. And I can't explain the experience of what it is when you actually step on stage and you start doing your thing.
Yeah.
Where are you at that moment? Like, when you first walk up on stage, or you're on stage, what's going through Tech N9ne's mind?
I'm lost in strange land. You know what I mean? And when I come out there and I I started tapping into people smiling, you know what I'm saying, on stage, because I used to be so nervous because my lyrics are so intricate that you can see the mic shaking sometimes, and I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
My nervous system got to be shot to shit, you know what I'm saying, because I want to be so perfect, you know what I mean? But I started tapping into everybody smiling, and that's a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
And it relaxes me, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And then the women show me breasts and stuff, so that totally takes my mind off of being nervous. Like, wow, did you see those? You know what I mean? But I'm thinking that, wow, this is my job every night. Wow, I'll never get used to it. Like, oh yeah, I'm Tech N9ne, I'm the shiznit, you know. No, I think, wow, this is my job, and they still want to come see me after all these years. It's crazy.
Well, that's where the craziness comes in, because I really want to ask you something. When it comes to the fact that you guys tour a lot, you guys are always on the road, what is the craziest and the most extreme thing a fan has ever done just to get your attention?
Why do you always ask us that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I can retract that question if you
No,
want.
it's cool. You know, it's just like some things we can't really say on camera.
No, you know what? You know,
you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. People offer us their wives.
Whoa, I was not expecting that answer.
Yeah, I just tell it real short like that.
Okay.
People offer us their wives. We never accept.
No, okay.
Even though they be beautiful a lot. It's the wrong thing to do. They'll fight about it for the rest of life.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They should never want to go back.
Oh wow. Well, okay. So now tonight's show, what can the fans expect? I know it's going to be another level. I know it's going to be intense. Yeah. So if you could sum it up, what would you like the fans to know, especially for those that have never experienced a Tech N9ne show or let alone a strange music tour, period?
It's going to be a musical, lyrical explosion. I don't sit down not once on this tour. I usually sit down and do songs. I stand up the whole time, and it's so many lyrics. It's going to be a beautiful, musical, lyrical explosion, you know what I mean? And when I say explosion, that can mean so many different things. Like, we explode through song, you know what I'm saying, or through the energy that they give us. And the energy we give them, we explode to where some of them explode out of their shirts.
Well, that does happen at your shows, and the ones that I've seen, in between, so that happens.
It's a real thing, so expect that.
Now, of course, you're on Instagram. You're also on Twitter.
Twitter at Tech N9ne, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to know anything about Tech N9ne, www.therealtech9ne.com. It's spelled TECHN number 9 N9NE. And you can find merchandise. You can find tour dates if you want to come to the shows that you don't really want to miss. Our blog page, everything. You know what I mean? Tech N9ne, all day, all night.
Okay. And I want to say thank you once again. The fact that I'm even sitting next to you, let alone on the tour bus.
You smell good.
Yeah. Well, thank you. But I really definitely am humbled enough to say I appreciate your time for this interview. So thank you.
Thank you, Mama.
I'm here with Chris, and I have to ask you real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
When it comes to pronouncing your last name, how do you pronounce that?
Calico.
Calico. Okay.
Around the world, everybody says Calico.
Yeah, I was butchering that. That's why I had to ask
It happens everywhere around the world.
Okay.
Everywhere, like in Europe, they won't say Calico. They only will say Calico. But it's Calico because of my face. Like the calico cat, it's different colors, as you can see. Because my real name is Samuel William Christopher Watson Ford. But that doesn't make a good stage name. So, so you know, Tech N9ne came up with the Calico name a long time ago.
Which brings to Son of Sam.
Son of Sam.
Like that came out, and of course, your numbers are good. But I do know from what I've seen on Instagram, like you want them to be even higher as far as the billboard.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not satisfied.
Okay.
I expected a better first week, even though, you know, we're independent, so they look at that as a win.
Yeah.
Because of the climate of the industry. To me, I was disappointed. I set the bar very high for myself. If you listen to that music, it doesn't sound like, it sounds like it competes with everybody else that's out that's winning Grammys and doing everything else. So that's what I expect, and I won't be satisfied until that happens.
Okay, which brings me to 2014. I
Yep.
mean, it's literally around the corner. It came fast, but it's around the corner.
Yeah.
So what can fans expect from you, especially music-wise? I mean, the album's out, of course. You do want further success in the album, but as far as like singles or even additional projects?
Well, we're pumping singles right now. You know, my next album, I'll probably start working on when we get done with this tour. We're working on another collabos album with Tech, and then I'll probably start working on my next album. It's called Illuminated,
Okay.
which is what I expect. And people gonna say Illuminati, and that's not what it means. But the Illuminati means the illuminated ones. It basically just means the ones that are in the light, the favored.
Yeah.
Is basically what it means. That's what the Illuminati means. But that's what people have made that word something evil. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not part of any organization besides Strange Music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the good gospel of Jesus Christ. But my next album will be Illuminated because that's where I plan on being after that. I plan on being illuminated.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, now, of course, you guys are on the road. You guys are touring a lot, especially with this tour. Has there been any state, country you visited where you're just like, we have to come back here. We have to do another tour here?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
I mean, it's everywhere. When I first started doing this, Tech said, man, make your music to travel.
Okay.
Don't make your music for a small group. Don't make your music just for Kansas City.
Okay.
Make your music to travel. So that's what I did. So everywhere we go, really, the places that are the most crunk, or the crowd is the most excited to see us, that feels great.
Yeah.
But when they're not really well, they always vibe to us by the time we're done. But when they're not all the way logged on, when we first jump on stage,
Yeah.
I want to come back there because I got something to prove every time. Like, we're playing the Rock the Bells Festival simultaneously while we're doing this festival.
Yeah.
And so that's not totally our crowd. You got 15, 20,000 kids, and only 30% of them are Strange Music or Tech N9ne and Chris Calico fans. So
Yeah.
we come out, we got some people sitting there like this. You know what I'm saying? Whereas tonight, when we're here in Tempe,
Yeah.
as soon as we step out, they're going to be screaming and crying and everything else, you know what I mean? So it's like I have something to prove. So I want to go back to those places that just logged on about 8 songs in. That way, next time we come there, they'll be super excited as soon as they see us.
Yeah, because weren't you guys recently in Tucson? Or
Last night.
Yeah, last night you guys were in Tucson.
Mhm.
Now you're in Tempe.
Mhm.
And from my understanding, you guys are going back to California for Rock the Bells, correct?
We did San Francisco
San Francisco?
already, and we did San Bernardino,
Mm-hmm.
and then Rock the Bells plays in New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
which, New York, New Jersey, and then we played Washington, D.C. left. So we already did California.
Okay.
That was the first 2 dates,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next 2 dates will be on the East Coast.
Okay. Now, is there anything in particular that you want the fans to know? Say, like you said, there's something that you have to prove, especially say they hear the music but they're not fully vibing to it. What's something that they need to tune into now to let them know this is why I'm still here?
Well, the reason they don't vibe to it right at the beginning is because they may not be familiar with us. Because once they hear it, they generally always vibe to it. Because it's really good music, and I'm not saying that because I'm arrogant or to be pompous. It really is good music. I mean, everyone has to agree when you make a statement like that.
Yeah.
And we don't generally have too many people that even comment on the internet like, man, these dudes are whack or any of that. You know what I'm saying? It's generally always good. You know what I mean? So all you got to do is put it in.
Yeah.
Anything, any song. I mean, that's how confident I feel with it. Any song, especially if you come to a show, you're going to have that vibe. Because we perform like none other. And when I say we, I mean the whole label goes in. But when I say me, I'm speaking about me and Tech N9ne. Or me or Tech N9ne too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I have to ask you, what is your biggest motivation? Or what's that one thing that you get up and you say to yourself every day to get ready for whether it's to go into the studio or even hit the stage? What's that one thing you say to yourself?
I'm not where I need to be. We shall tread every piece of earth before we leave here. We were put here to do this.
Okay.
We were put here to do this. There's a lot of guys that are big and popping in hip hop right now. I'm not sure that all of them have people tattooing their logos
Yeah.
on them. Everywhere we go, people have our logos tattooed on them.
Yeah.
And they're crying. I talked to some girls outside last night that are on our street team, and they just cried because they said our music helps them get through it,
Yeah.
their day and through their lives. And I don't go a week without hearing somebody say I was going to. Chris, make sure you make that stick out right there, will you please? I don't go a week without somebody saying I was going to commit suicide. I started listening to your music and it helped me. And then I was just telling them last night, I'm from the church for real.
Yeah.
And I used to be conflicted about doing this, and sometimes I still am.
Yeah.
I used to be conflicted about doing this, and think, man, I ain't necessarily doing God's work, but I am.
Yeah.
Because this music helps people. We have songs where we just partying and I'm talking about just the party life, but most of our songs we're just transparent in them, and we just talk about, we talk about our lives and we let people in. You know what I'm saying? And I think that people identify with that, and that's why they connect to us and become devout fans.
Okay. Well, definitely before we go, is there anything you would like to add or anything you would like to say that you would like the fans to know, especially about tonight's show?
Son of Sam is out.
Mm-hmm.
My album, my 5th studio album is out.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting rave reviews, and if you've never been to a Strange Music show, Tech N9ne, the Chris Calico show, this is the most ridiculous show in hip hop. People say, favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite rappers actually come and watch our show.
Yeah.
It's not odd to look on the side of the stage and see Jay-Z been on the side of the stage, to Wayne, to whoever you want to, Wiz Khalifa, whoever is your favorite guy, they come to our shows and go, wow, you guys are the best hip hop act live I've ever seen. So if you haven't been to that, please come and don't cheat yourself, treat yourself.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I know you guys are busy.
That's all good.
I'm gonna take time out my day for this anytime.
It's all good.
Okay. Well, again, thank you so much. And of course, I don't want to tell you good luck with the show tonight because I know it's gonna be phenomenal.
We need
You're
though.
doing
We
a
need
great
good luck.
job, so.
We need good luck so much. So, Cali, baby.
Okay, and now you guys tour a lot. You guys
Yes.
are on the road a lot.
Yes.
So my question has to be, when you guys are on the road, is there any place that you guys, in particular, you guys want to go to, or you guys want to stop at?
Definitely Europe.
Yeah.
We feel like it's very due for us to go over there. Australia as well. That's we just want to see everything. You know what I mean? And we want to play great places like Red Rocks in Colorado and all those great, amazing venues.
Red Rocks is definitely high on the list for us.
Yeah.
Red Rocks,
Okay. And as far as your fans are concerned, a lot of times they just want to know that you guys actually see them and things like that. So is there anything you guys do, especially when you guys are on stage, especially when you guys are performing, like for the acknowledgement, or is it just the fact that you guys are there?
Good question.
I think getting close to the crowd, especially when in some of the bigger venues there's barricades, is always clutch. Like he'll go down a lot to the front of the crowd and really get as close to the crowd as possible. Because some of the venues, that separation makes it feel a little less intimate.
Oh, okay.
So he'll we'll try to get as close to the people as possible because sometimes that helps bridge the gap a little bit.
Okay. Now you guys are here. You guys have been performing. You guys do amazing work. Your music is phenomenal. Do you guys say something to each other every day to pump each other up or to keep the momentum?
What's up to Nams? He just walked in right now. Nams, the nuclear percussionist. Yo, you throw him. He's in the band, so you can throw him on.
No, I was saying you can take the chair.
I got you.
Hold no, that's fine.
Okay.
I like
So,
man,
MJ. That's about it. We're just always trying to give each other positivity and trying to always prop each other up and make sure that we're trying to be professional.
I think more than something specific that we would say to one another, it's more just about a general attitude towards each other and making sure that the vibe is positive overall. It's not like a specific thing that we might say or do, but it's just the general camaraderie that's amongst your group to keep you going, because some of these situations can be a little stressful and getting the show every day right on schedule and sounding good because it's stressful. So I think it's just the overall attitude that we have, which luckily for us, our group is really good.
okay, now of course when it comes to social media, you have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have Instagram. Now, of course, when you guys are on the road and things like that, of course, fans want to tag you guys in and things like that. Do you guys love that, or is it sometimes you guys can't catch every photo you guys are tagged in?
We get tagged a lot, you know. I mean, it's just kind of part of the business, you know.
I love it. It's cool. I love it because there's things we can't capture when we're doing the show that a fan might be able to capture, and it makes it easier for us to experience it and look back on it when sometimes we can't really be doing that, you know.
Okay.
So I like it. It's a little bit like a scrapbook, you know.
All right. Well, definitely. I don't want to keep you guys' time because I know you guys have stuff you guys got to do.
Appreciate you.
But is there anything you want the fans to know specifically, whether it's about tonight's show or even 2014? I know you guys have stuff coming up that's okay. I understand. But is there anything you want them to know?
No, we just, you know, thank you for supporting the album, which is in stores right now, the Believers album, and is also Rex solo album, The War Within. You know, come check us out at a city near you because we're going to be there soon if we haven't been already. And, you know, just thanks for listening and stay tuned because we got a lot more shit coming for you, you know what I mean, in 2014 and 15. So.
All right, well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here with Steven Stone, and of course, I have to ask you, 2 birds, 1 stone. The album's out, and of course, like, what do you want fans to get from this album, and what can they expect in 2014 from you?
Well, I mean, from this album, you're gonna get more growth from my last album, which is Rolling Stone. You know what I'm saying? Just living more, experiencing more, traveling more. So you're gonna get more maturity from the last album. You know what I'm saying? And just the events and everything that's going through my life. And then 2014, it's just another ladder. You know what I'm saying? After every ladder is another ladder, and after every step is another step. I'm just climbing.
Okay. And now, of course, I also have to ask you. Now, you're traveling, you're touring, and everything like that. Is there one state or country in particular to where if they said, hey, this is where we're going, where would you hope it is?
That's a good question. I mean, we travel a whole lot. And a lot of different places they're unique for their own reasons. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's a big venue or a small venue, it could be a small town, it'd be turned all the way up. And a big spot that'd be turned up, but the small town might be even neck and neck with that. So it's just about the energy, you dig what I'm saying? I love Arizona for it's always turned up when we come out here. Denver, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely in all the Colorados, but Denver. And then there's a bunch of them, Albuquerque, you know what I'm saying, that they turn up, but it's different. It's different in every spot, and they have their own niche to why it makes it dope.
Okay, and I see you have a lot of tattoos.
A few of them.
A few of them. Are you expecting more, or
a little bit? I was supposed to have got some more done right here when I was in Colorado. You know what I'm saying? My guy that did my Hemi Himes.
Okay.
He's out there, you know what I mean? And I'm supposed to get this gonna be a collage, it's supposed to be like that. So, you know, speaker box and everything. Then it's gonna be like a vinyl with piano keys and you know what I'm saying? So everything that I love, you know what I'm saying, it's on.
Okay, so your art's not just in music, it's also on you for display at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I also have to ask you, now when it comes to music, and when it comes to being in the studio and you're creating, what does it take for Stevie Stone to say, oh, this is it right here, this is the track I'm going to put out?
It's a feel.
It's a feeling?
It's a feeling. It's instincts. That's what it is. I go by feel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm never the type of dude who's going to be like, I need a record like this. Nah, it's about hearing that beat and feeling it deep within. I'm very, very picky. I'm probably one of the most pickiest guys on beats. Probably ask the label heads, Tech and Travis, they'll probably tell you I'm very, very picky. Like, extremely picky. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing the album, I'll go through a lot of beats, you know what I'm saying? But it's a feeling I know
in your heart.
Inside. It got to touch my soul, you know what I'm saying? Make my hairs stick up somewhere. It don't matter what type of record it is, whether it's slow record, fast, punk, conscious. It's got to have that feel, that tone, and I know it when I hear it.
All right, now of course, going back to the whole touring and traveling thing. Now, when it comes to fans, what has been the most extreme moment for fans to get either next to you or to get your attention? What has been the craziest thing you've ever seen?
done seen some crazy shit.
Okay.
Man, it's been a lot of shit.
Okay.
A lot of stuff.
Okay, just one.
So you mean a
example.
fan trying to get my attention?
Either try to get your attention, or say once they have your attention, what do they do to keep your attention now? Because now they're in front of you. They're like, hey,
This is a
Steve
trick
Stone,
question.
hey.
Trick question. You know, this is strange music. Bullshit ain't nothing.
Okay.
So, you know, the sky's blue. I've done seen a lot of,
Okay.
so I done seen a lot of different. That's why I say, is this a trick question?
No, okay, well let me make it easier, okay? Where is the strangest place you've ever had to sign for a
I've
fan?
signed everywhere.
Oh, everywhere probably?
Probably so.
Now what if a fan came up to you and said, Stevie Stone, I really want your tattoo on me, so
Yeah,
can
I
I
did
get it
that.
now? Okay,
Yeah.
so you've been
Yeah, and also, you know what I'm saying, like say a female be like this, will you sign my titty? Which we get that a
yeah,
lot.
I figured.
It's I'm like, how old are you? You know what I'm saying? I just
Okay,
don't
you
sign
have to
titties
ask.
and everything.
Okay,
I will, especially if they look
yeah.
real young. I'm like,
Yeah.
how old are you? I'm 17. Okay, I'm just gonna sign your shirt. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
okay.
Stuff like that. But I mean, that's why I say ask is a trick question
Okay.
because I've been asked to sign everywhere.
Oh, everywhere.
And females will do to get your attention. They'll
Yeah.
do
Anything.
anything. So you can just
Okay.
come off the stage and you might just get grabbed or
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
There's been some crazy shit going
Okay.
on.
Now, my last question to you has to be, well, actually I have a couple more questions, but this would be the closest. When it comes to being on stage, what is that, say the beat starts, your song is getting ready to play, where are you mentally? Where are you?
I'm blacked out.
You're blacked
I'm in
out?
the zone. I'm in the zone. Like I usually don't come back to like the middle of my set. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's like I'm in robot form though. You know what I'm saying? Like what I mean was I blacked out. I'm lost in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing can get me off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I will miss whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's happening. There could be a fight on the side of me, and I'm not even gonna be peeping. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in there. So that's what I mean by I'm blacked out. I know exactly what I'm doing, but it's more robotic. I'm more in robot mode because I'm not like, okay, I'm gonna move this way and I'm gonna go this way. I'm not doing that. It's just
it just flows, but at the same time, you're not even completely tuned in.
I'm
But you know
always
what you're
tuned
doing.
in. I'm sober. I'm tuned in. I make sure I'm sober at every show. The after show, I drink and everything. But before a show, I'll be liking to take it in sober. You know what I'm saying? No drinking, no smoking, anything. And give them all.
Now, when you're not doing music, or is music your everything that you're always doing music, is there ever a downtime for you?
Yeah, there's a little bit of downtime, and you know what I'm saying, that's when I'm with my kids, and you know what I'm saying, relaxing, but we travel a lot and we do a lot of work, you know what I'm saying, so a lot of time, we on the road, I go back, I'm working on a project, now there's downtime, you know what I'm saying, there's daddy time, and that's most important for me, you know what I'm saying, when I get on.
Wow, so not only you're an artist, you're also a father, and on top of that, you seem to have this self-awareness of yourself. Because most artists, a lot of times, they're drinking beforehand, or they're partying to the max beforehand, but you have it contained, like you have it controlled.
Yeah, it's like this, we take pride on giving good shows, you know what I'm saying, we want the people to get more than what they paid for, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I just take doing shows and everything very, very serious.
And is there anything else that you want to say to the fans before we have to go? Or, because I know you're on Instagram, but as far as like Twitter or Facebook, where else, for those who don't know yet, where can they find you and link up with you as far as following your journey when you're on the road?
Instagram, Stevie Stone, Twitter, Stevie Stone 09, and Facebook is Stevie Stone, I believe.
Okay.
The label runs my Facebook and everything. I know there's not really Stevie Stone, so if you go to Facebook and go to search engine, I'll pop right up. I do know that.
Okay. Well, so it's official. He is on Instagram. He is on Twitter. That's his stuff. So, yeah, make sure you do check out Two Birds, One Stone. All right.
Strap up your seatbelt. Strange music all day. Yeah, man.